All right, what's up, y'all? Thank you so much for coming back. It's your girl Nessa Nanis, and you know we are back on the real, the ratchet, and the motherfucking reckless, bitch. I'm kind of excited because today's episode is based on my listeners, like what they chose. I posted like in order to enter the giveaway, you had to like, share, and comment what you want to hear on the episode this year. And I got a lot of interesting ones that I didn't even think people wanted to hear about. Number one, relationship and dating was like one of the top, right? It was one of the top. And then we had like staying motivated during the pandemic. We had just different little subjects, but it was mostly about pandemic, hustling and motivation. Hey, hustle and motivate. And what did I do? I dodged all of those. I dodged all of those just because I feel like those require some they require some deep digging, like they require deep talk in a way for me. Like for me to talk and say it's gonna require me to really get my thoughts together. So I was like, you know what? Let me choose a regular schmegular one that's gonna be fun and I can just say from the top of my head. So the one I'm kind of nervous about this just because I feel that I'm very out there, but I'm very personal, really kind of personal about my dating and other stuff. Like I don't really talk about those kinds of things, but I was like, you know what, bitch, you on a motherfucking real ratchet and reckless. What's good? Like, let's just put it out there. And this is what my listener comment. She entered the giveaway. So this is, I got to give back to y'all, right? This is what you want to hear. So I had, and here, mind you, disclaimer, this is my opinion. This is just my thinking. And I don't know if you guys will be able to relate. I would love to hear your guys' perspective. So after this podcast, please make sure it'll most likely go up on YouTube because that's the new thing, right? I want to start recording everything. That's why I got this badass little camera. So comment below because I'm going to force myself to put this on YouTube. Let me just jump in, but make sure to comment your point of view. So this one is sex on the first date. And when should you feel it's time to commit? Okay, so they are meant to be together. I thought it was two separate things, but it's meant to be one sentence. Sex on the first date, comma, when should you feel it's time to commit? I really don't know if those are separate, but I'm going to just put them together because they don't go together for me. That sounds terrible. But let me tell you how I feel about sex on the first night. So sex on the first night, and I'm going to be completely honest. This is so TMI. I have to put a disclaimer to my family because I don't want them listening to this. But it's not going to be all extra detail. It's just my point of view and how I think, right? So I personally feel there is nothing wrong with sex on the first night. I do feel, though, that, and this will happen with females, talking by experience, right? I only speak from experience. I don't speak on shit I don't know or I haven't experienced because that would be stupid. That would be ignorant of me. So I'm speaking on my experiences and what I've been through and how I've seen things and I realized things and I took down my notes. Hey, once again, welcome to the Real Ratchet and the Reckless. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the podcast. You know, I'm going to sponsor my own self. So these are personal experiences of mine, you know, being real ratchet and reckless. Talking about being real ratchet and reckless, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. And don't forget to like, comment, and share on YouTube. That was me sponsoring myself. All right, back to the show. So this is my own experience, right? There's nothing wrong with sex on the first night at all. Anybody, guy or girl, I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, there's studies that say that, you know, humans, we need sex. We need to release, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're being safe and healthy about it, which sometimes we're not healthy about it, like mentally, emotionally, we're not there to be doing all that. But if you are in a emotional, like you're emotionally healthy, if that makes sense, and you're being safe, I really don't see how you can go wrong with having sex on the first date or the first night, whatever. It's up to you. To each is motherfucking own. Now, the second part to that was, when is it time to commit? When do you know it's time to commit? It is really hard, personally, I feel, because I observe men and I know how men work. I feel like as females, we're very giving. We're very giving. And sometimes we'll lose ourselves in giving or trying to help others or trying to make others feel better. We'll go second. I don't know if you guys can relate. If you can relate, please like this video so I know how many of us are out here feeling like this. Just put the thumbs up like, yes, bitch, I agree. So we are very giving and we always want to make the man feel comfortable. A lot of girls will be like, oh, fuck no. But I personally used to be that way. Like I used to be like, I'ma just cater. I wouldn't cater like 100%, but I was just very considerate about others' feelings and just put them before me. Not no more, but experience, right? And I realized that to us, and guys will say it's stupid, right? Like I'm sure that you can, it's just so hard to talk about this. It's like there's so many versions when if you're a player or if you're just a regular ass schmegular. I had different phases of my life. I really was very loyal at some point, but I was very young. So it's like I was just loyal because that's all I knew. Right. Then I became single and I became a low player. Right. But I was never a player to the point where I would lie to someone's face to make them feel good or make them feel like I was interested what I wasn't. I don't think I've ever done that. No, everybody that I talked to, I was highly interested in. Okay. So I never played because I'm never I'm never, like wanting something so bad that I have to fake the funk with you. Like it's never that serious. I feel like anything I want, I can get myself. So I don't have to fake to like you, right? It's about being real. So I never had to do that. So I was a low player, but only because I was just talking to different people, but I never let anybody on thinking I wanted something when I didn't. I've never done that. And then now I'm just like, whatever. Like now it's quarantine. Now it's just me, myself, and I, right? So let's talk about when I was so used to being loyal, right? Sex on the first night meant something to me. It sounds so fucking stupid. But then after it happens, I feel like for guys, it's an automatic like switch. Like after you have sex with them, they completely change. And I feel like women also change, but in a way like, oh, we're good now. Like, oh, we are intimate now. So it's a thing. Trust me, I know. It sounds dumb now because I'm like, bitch. But that was my thinking back in the day. And the few times that I did that, we talked for a long time, but I noticed as I got older that it is true that once you do give that away, guys automatically see you differently. And some will say, no, I don't. I'm mature. I'm a grown ass man. And good for you. Good for you if you sincerely feel that the girl that did that has never, because there's insecure guys like that they'll just be like, what? Like, I'm sure she did this with everybody. And then some of us will be like, no, actually, that's the first time I ever did that. And no one eats that shit up anymore. Like, no one really eats that out. They're like, really, bitch, I've never done this before, you know? But I'm sure we all had that time where we literally said it and it was the first time we've ever done that. But I feel like men don't eat it. Like, they don't believe it. So they automatically think, man, if I got her on the first night, who else didn't get her on the first night? If she's doing this already for me, who else didn't she do this for? And if men think like that, I feel personally from my experiences that men enjoy a woman that hasn't been around. And I'm gonna just put it out there. And it sounds stupid because men get around, but their woman, their wife better not be that girl. There's some men, they'll be like, man, you know what? The past. And I respect y'all because we all have a past. Like we've all been there, done that. And there's insecure men that don't, or just like machismo. I feel like it's also machismo that they'll feel some type of way. But I'm just going based on experience. And I've had men tell me this, right? I've had guy friends and it's like, nah, because like they'll mess with girls, a bunch of girls, but the girl that they end up with, they don't want that girl to be a hoe. I don't mean to say the word. They don't want that girl to be known. You get me? Like, oh, we hit that. You know, who hit it? Who? I hit it first type shit. But I feel personally, when you do really think about it, I wouldn't mind having someone that was being a player back in the days. But I think about clean. Like, you better not have no STDs. You better not be dirty. But if he's a changed person, like that's just not like once upon a time he was a player, but now he's tired. Cool. I won't fuck with somebody that is playerish and gets women and flaunts women and is still about women. There's no way I can have a relationship with somebody that acts that way. So if I sincerely feel that if you were a girl that used to turn up, get down all the time, and now you are trying to get tied down, I feel like I'm going off topic, but I feel like men should respect that. And a lot of men won't. So a lot of men, to tie it back, I personally feel don't treat women the same after they have sex with them on the first night. So back to your comment, some men may not want to commit because of that reason. I feel because of their own insecurity about it. Like, bro, like we fucked on the first night. They probably won't talk to you after that, or maybe won't take you serious after that. Please, men, comment if I'm wrong, if you don't feel that way. Because personally, I've observed men and I've talked to men and I've experienced things, and it just kind of goes down that way after that happens, especially a man that really wants something serious. There's guys that are down, right? They'll be like, yeah, they'll be down. But then after that, it's not the same. Literally, it'll be for two reasons. Like, oh, I hit it, or nah, like that was just too soon for me. I don't want a girl like that. And it's crazy, but it's true. And as a girl, sometimes you don't think it's bad. You're just like, boy, I gave you some. The fuck? And I feel like when I was fresh out of relationship, like that was my thinking if I did meet somebody. Like I was so used to being like, a girlfriend material that it didn't seem bad. But now that and then I went through the player phase, so then I really didn't care, right? You're like, oh, whatever, cool. Everybody wants to have a fun time. We're gonna have a good time, and that's it. But I really feel that if you really, this is my personal experience, okay, guys? Just because, and here goes a woman being mindful over a man again. This is me thinking what the man is gonna view me like, which I shouldn't give a fuck, really. But for the matters of like, you know how they be like, oh, don't play games. I personally, with men, y'all are difficult. Y'all really do struggle. You know, y'all women, we're strong. We're very strong. And I feel like we're level headed most of the time more than men. So I feel for me, if I really like right now, let's talk about 2021 Nessa, 27 years old. If I want to have a good time, which we already know what have a good time means, I will go have a good time. But if I don't want to do that, which I'm kind of don't want to do that, and I am at the stage where I want to get to know someone. So me personally, if I were to sleep with you on our first date or our first night, I don't want nothing serious with you. That's just me as a grown up now. As a 27-year-old Vanessa, like, I'm just not going to do that because I feel like that's something that I have to hold on to because it means something. It always meant something to me. And I think that's the problem sometimes with females when you're not emotionally healthy. You go for those things because those things make you feel safe. It makes you feel connected with somebody. It's not that you're being a hoe, right? It's just like, this is how I'm going to show you that we're connected, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid. It sounds crazy because somebody first one night stands should be one night. That's it. That's all they should be because I feel like, yeah. So personally, if you have sex with someone on the first date and then you continue to have sex with them and then when is it time to commit, I think that's something that you both need to bring up. I personally feel somebody really likes you within matter of months, like of knowing each other. I would say like by 4 months, 3-4 months of doing what y'all doing, we should kind of see where this is going. Don't let it pass 6 months. I feel by 6 months, bitch, that's half a fucking year. No, by half a year, I feel that you should know if this is something we're going to be doing, if we're going to be just messing around or if we're going to commit. But for sure, by 4 or 5 months, you should know where it's going, right? But really, sex on the first night is, like I said, that's cool. To each his own. But to commit and put that together, if you really want a serious relationship, my advice would be women, just because I feel like I know most men. Now, I don't know all of them. The ones I've experienced and know. After that, it kind of changes. Men are dogs. Here I go. Men, 50% of the time, that's all they want to do. That's all they want to do. And it's like once they get that out of the way, you are not longer that interesting. And that sounds terrible, right? But it's like, even myself, like, even for me, like, think about it with guys. I don't like a thirsty ass guy. Like, I really don't. Like, if a guy's just like, oh, so what's up? When we, like, if he's really thirsty and that's all he wants, do I really want someone like that to boo up? Like, think about it. Do you really want to boo up someone that's just down to just, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get booed up or you want to boo somebody up, I personally feel sex on the first date is not recommended. Especially like with men. Like, imagine you go on a date with somebody and he doesn't invite you to his house or doesn't try nothing in the car. Like, imagine that. And then imagine going on a second date and he still don't try nothing like that. Like, I feel like for me, that's personally more interesting because I'm at an age where I want to get to know where your mind is at. Like, I literally want to know how you think about everything. I want to know that. And not saying that it's not, I mean, have sex, right? Like, do fun things. But it's like, I personally feel on the first night and you want somebody to commit to you and take you serious, even women, even with guys, I'm sorry. But I feel like guys are not worried. And this sounds terrible, but any guy that wants to have sex on the first night is not really worried about being committed. And that's how I see it. So guys see it like that. When you go on, girls, when you do the first night, they're probably not going to think that you want something serious. You know, and even if you bring it up, they're going to be like, well, I didn't even think you were down with that because we got down in the car the first time we met up. You know, just if you really, really think about it, the way it comes off is as if you're not serious. So commitment and sex on the first night, to me personally, has never worked. And I don't plan to do it that way when I want to commit someone or boost someone up. I like, you know, to get chased a little bit. I've said it before. I like to see men work hard to just get my attention. you know? And it's not that I'm being a bougie bitch, but it's like I feel that it's easy to flirt. It's easy for a man to be like, oh, what's up with you? And the moment you're like, oh yeah, what's up? They already got it in the bag. So I don't like to give men that feeling because no, they don't got it in the bag like that. So I like men to work hard. You know, I like to tease a little bit. And then I also like a man that's that way too. That's not always all over me, you know, like all thirsty. I would think that he does that with every girl, right? When a guy does that, you're just like, oh, he probably like that with every girl. So that's my mentality and my thoughts on it. I hope that helped you guys. Again, just to summarize everything, there's nothing wrong with sex on the first night, but personally I feel that if you want to have something serious, that you should maybe hold on a little bit and not have sex on the first night or date, to if you want something serious and secure. Like I really feel like you have to get to know someone to even get on that level, because it actually means more. It feels not like that grossly wise, but it feels better to share that with someone that you truly know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me as a 27-year-old bitch. Like a 27-year-old now. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. I hope you guys like this podcast. I feel like it was so out of my, you know, I talk about ratchet shit. I don't ever really talk about sex. Like, not that I'm uncomfortable. I'll talk about it with my friends, but I'm just, yeah, no. But I thought this was pretty cool. Please drop comments on my Instagram or my YouTube and comment what else you want me to bring up, and I'll bring it up. I thought this was really interesting and exciting. Again, guys, thank you so much for supporting. You guys know where to find me. Hit the link in about to cop some merch. Hit the link in about to listen. Hit the link in about to see my YouTube videos. Remember, you can also help support this podcast on anchor.com. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to let your mama know, your tia know, that the real, the ratchet, and the reckless is where it's at. I'm signing out.